We live in a generation that is excessively obsessed with comfort. We love comfort too much. Listen, comfort is when you have arrived, not when you are starting. A young man is about to start life and he wants a comfort of a veteran. He sits down with a 50, 60, 70-year-old man and he wants the same kind of treatment. No, sir. Apostle, I got a job. They are just giving me 50,000 and I have to trek for 30 minutes. Go and ask parents who trek from one community to one community to go to a secondary school. For the man to become the professor that you see that he is today, he had to trek, and with joy. It was even an honor for him that he could go to school. But our generation today, there are people who can have access. You can just walk 10 minutes, 20 minutes to a church, and you will sit down and follow online because of sheer laziness. And then want a solid impartation to come upon you, and then God will trust you with the destinies of men globally. It doesn't work that way. Hallelujah. My dear people are here. Sometimes I go online and I listen to their songs. When I listen to their songs, I call them and I say, this thing you sang, congratulations. From a spiritual standpoint, I was touched. But from a technical standpoint, this and this and this is a mistake. Go and do it again. Go back to the studio. Work again. Don't say, I don't have money. The money you got as honorarium is not for buying clothes. Go and invest in your mind. The one for clothes will come. Go and invest in your mind. Can I tell you, there are many of you right now, what you have around you is what has made your head empty. Because the money God gave you was supposed to be for your head. You denied your head of an opportunity to be rich in knowledge, and you kept creating a semblance of success whereas there was nothing there. It is better for people to know you have nothing physically, but that they can appreciate the investment of God's grace. How long did it take Pharaoh to decorate Joseph? They didn't decorate his mind. Decorating your body can happen in one day. I know the cloth does not look very nice, but you just invest in your spirit and your mind. The day the person sent to appreciate your value comes by God, that person can take you shopping in one day and buy your whole destiny for you. Are we together? I love that song. Prepare to sing it for me. Come, Kaestrings. Okay. You just sing it one time for me. He wrote the song. I want you to just sing that song. It means fix me. We're stepping into a prophetic dimension in this teaching now. There are some of you, there are things you need to throw away, and make up your mind. Sing for me, Kaestrings.
Unworthy is my sin, but Lord, your love calls to me and says, child, be bold and calm. Oh Father, hey, here I am.
Hausa song that says, fix me. It's a cry, walk on me. What does it take for my glory to rise? Fix me. If it takes fasting, fix it, oh God. If it takes prayer, fix it, oh God. If it takes me going for trainings, fix it, oh God. If it takes another level of education and knowledge, fix me, oh God. But by all means, I refuse to remain ordinary. By all means, I refuse to remain a mediocre. By all means. Hallelujah. Hear me. Listen to me. The season of training is a very hard season. You see some of my photos of many years. As wonderful as those photos are, you see some of us looking lean. We look better than those days now, but those are the days that made these days. Hallelujah. Emptying yourself in prayer, emptying yourself in fasting, raising the bar of your fire and your passion. Even when you are doing well, you increase the bar of the marking script as if you are not doing anything. Hear me, my dear generation, hear me. Don't settle for less. Don't settle too cheap. There are heights and the journey is far. Remember my teaching last week. I challenged you on this wise, and I'm still repeating it again. When it's time to announce the US conference, I will tell you a very serious miracle that God did. There are things that when God does, it just keeps you in awe. Hallelujah. Let me tell you sincerely, and I'm saying this openly, there is no £1, €1 that has been sent already for this conference. Every money that has been used to do everything so far has been the lavish giving of God's people, with joy in their hearts. In spite of the limitation, we don't have an account provided yet, and people have squeezed in to say, I can't wait. When you stay and it builds you, don't worry about supplies. Don't worry about a name. Don't worry about where you will get the donkey for the triumphant entry. Just make sure that your gift and your talent is developed. In one day, God can open up a door. Someone can come and sing one song and the whole nation will place a demand on you. In one day, God can put you somewhere as a politician and as a businessman. A dear woman, I can't remember her name now. I met her when I went to preach for my dear friend Pastor Kingsley in Lagos. And I meet this woman and she starts to tell me her story, very touching story. It's possible she's even watching or may get to hear this. And what took her to the White House was moi moi. Making moi moi. That's what scaled her till she got to the White House. Until today, she's still doing it. She shared with me her story and I was so touched. I remember discussing with Pastor Kingsley's wife. I said, you will have to do a documentary for this woman. Incredible. Anything can lift you if you refine it. Admiring people and wishing, if I were more beautiful, God knows. If since you are not Esther, be something else. You are not Esther, be Deborah. At least be something. Wishing you were Esther is a waste of time. If you cannot be the queen that King Ahasuerus will marry, then be Deborah the warrior. Then be Naomi. Then be this. If you cannot be Gideon, be Elijah. If you cannot be Elijah, be Samuel. Since you cannot fight, learn how to prophesy. But by all means, make sure you do something. Can I tell you what God has put in your hand? is enough to open the gates of your destiny. Listen to me. Thank God for those who have what you do not have. But stop this season of blind admiration that makes you to demean what you have. Everybody can celebrate what you carry. You just have not recognized it and refined it. Anything in its crude version is not worthy of being rewarded. I know you are a great musician. Thank God for David Oyedepo and Sam and Kaestring and all these my precious people. Thank God for their lives. But do you know that what God has put in you, someday you can stand and share the stage and also celebrate Jesus. But it's good to be challenged by other people's giftings, but please not at the detriment of what God gave you. Thank God for Apostle Joshua Selman, but what you are seeing is a refined version of something you may even have a greater version of. Anything looks bad when it is not refined, including oil.